TradeHaven.eternal, where traders come to build habits that help them trade forever. So today we're going to be talking about how to build your strategy. One question that I get consistently from old students, old coworkers, old people who've seen me get into the markets and slowly begin to carve out my strategies. Is how to build my strategy. How do I trade US30? How do I trade this? How do I trade that? What should I be doing? And so in today's video, I'm gonna get a little deeper into, or at least a bare minimum, I'm gonna give you an introduction of how you should be building out your strategy and effective ways to think about your strategy. All right, cool. So on the agenda today, I'm gonna be sharing with you some of my deepest, darkest secrets. I'm gonna go over the infamous spreadsheet that I began a few months ago, why I do certain things that I do here, how that works out. And then over the next couple of videos, I'm gonna be giving you more background, and more background. But today, we're gonna start off by the basics. When you're first building a strategy and when you're first learning or understanding any type of concept, I want you to think about it in the long-term mindset. I don't want you to just think about it as, oh, I'm going to place one trade and it's going to hit and then I'm rich. I don't want you to think, oh, I'm going to create a strategy and my strategy is going to be 100% accurate and I'm going to just be wealthy for the rest of my life. I want you to think about it as, out of a set of 25 trades, how many do you need to win to be profitable? Out of a set of 50 trades, how many do you need to win to be profitable? Out of a set of 10, out of a set of 100, I want you to think long term because you want to be doing this forever, right? All right, cool. So I went over TradingView in a previous video, but two of my favorite tools here is the risk to reward calculator, or risk to long position and short position, that helps you literally see and visualize what the risk to reward is. So you see, the top here is going to be the reward. If right, then I gain 1. If wrong, then I lose 1. If I'm betting or risking $1 on this opportunity. So I want you to begin to conceptualize shortening your risk and widening your reward. So if you see here, like, the risk to reward ratio changed now, and now it's a lot better in your favor for if you're going to win. So in my first strategy ever, what I decided to do was I wouldn't take a trade unless it was a 1-to-7 risk to reward ratio. Meaning that I'm risking 1 down here, or $1, $10, $100 to gain $7, $70, or $700. So that means that I can lose 6 trades in a row, and on my 7th trade become profitable. Does that make sense? You get me? And so after you decide on a risk to reward ratio that works for you, or that continually comes up in your strategy, whatever that may be, whether it's a certain wick at a certain time, or whether it's a supply and demand, or whatever it may turn out to be, that's what's going to be the basis of your strategy. And after you build that basis and you understand, okay, like, this is what I'm aiming for every time, you know what your numbers need to be. You know that if I have a 1-to-7 consistently, that means that out of 20 trades, let's do the math. Out of 20 trades, you need 3 to be profitable. Because 3 times 7 is 21. So that means that you're risking 1 every single time to gain 7. So that means you need 3 out of every 20 trades to hit your TP. So now when you're testing for your strategy, all you need to do is check. Is this realistic? Can this actually happen for me? Can I get 3 out of 20 trades to hit? And what strategies or what do I need to tweak in my strategy to make that happen? So once you have your base, your numbers that work for you, it's all said and done. It's all said and done. You just build the rest of the strategy around this. And you can continue to improve these things. You can continue to tweak these things. And you can make it a lot more in your favor, like I have done over time. But I started off with 1 to 7. I think it's pretty ambitious. But if you study the things that I told you to study in backtesting secrets, then you'll definitely find how it's possible. So yeah, take the time to do that. Set aside the time to get deep into backtesting. And once you find that history says this is a profitable strategy, then keep testing it. Test it live. Test it small. And then move forward. All right, cool. So, next, after building out a strategy, I personally, I love the fact that there's spreadsheets available to me. In almost any finance industry that you'll step into, they have spreadsheets available with their data on it. If you are creating a trading business and you want your business to last for the long term, I highly suggest that you act like a financial company, because that's exactly what you're endeavoring to be, right? Um, so here's the data of what's been available on what I like to trade. Um, After you have your box of, okay, this many trades out of 20 or this many out of 25, I don't recommend testing for anything lower than 20. Because you want to be a long-term trader, you want to trade forever. You don't want to trade for just a bit. There's tons of people who can go on -10 losing streaks, um, and yeah, that could be you tomorrow. And so we want to definitely make sure that you're able to withstand anything, you know. So anyway, after you build out your box of your risk to reward that you're aiming for and what's realistic for you, then I want you to test that at different points of the day for the asset that you've picked. As you can see literally by this here, I'm only trading 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. and I'm trading on the 2 minute. Once you begin to figure out the time of day that you're trading, you can figure out the time frame that you like to trade at. And so you see how we're getting more and more and more specific. For all of the best businesses, they have a niche that they're sticking towards, and that niche is in their pocket. That niche is something that they've gotten the most out of consistently. And so this is what I tend to get the most out of. And through the data that I've tested, I've been able to figure out, oh, okay, this is how that's going to play out for me. So that's how I want you guys to get started with creating your strategy. And in the future, I'm going to go over this spreadsheet in a lot more detail, as I said, get into news a bit and how that works for me and how I'm able to translate that into profits. And yeah, I'll be showing you just a bit as we move forward. This is TradeHaven.eternal signing off. Take care.